I'm going to show you how to add a thumb button to the Glen's Retro Show Tron Joystick. I got this button out of, I don't know, something years ago. It's been sitting around waiting to be installed into something, and it's finally found its home. Any small, normally open, momentary push button is going to work for you. It's very easy to take this apart. There are 3 screws holding it together, 2 that come straight out, and this one on the bottom here that has a nut on the other side. And other than that, it just pops right apart, allowing full access to the inside. Adding a thumb button to the Glen's Retro Show Tron stick is really quite simple. The stick itself is held together with 3 screws. 2 come out completely. The third one, the nut comes out. Once you get the screws out, pry it apart nice and gently. It's held together real nice with the LED ring. So what I did is just ran a pair of wires down through along with the other 2 pairs, soldered them up to a momentary push button, the common and normally open terminals. I put a hole in my joystick body here using the soldering iron. I didn't want to take a chance with a drill. I didn't know how this plastic would handle that. So just sit by the window with the fan blowing and slowly work it till it's the right size. And get your button into place. And put it all back together again. And once this is all back together, you can see what I did here is I hooked it up to a JST connector, which is a different size than the ones already on there. That way I don't mix it up and plug it into the wrong port. Now up on the board itself, you can see, look in the manual, which is real handy here, points out all of the connections that are available to you. Right now it's already using up, down, left, and right for the joystick, and ground, as well as button 13, and everything else is available. It also has the the joystick LED hooked up. I decided to go with button number 2 for my thumb button. Found that terminal up on my encoder, which is this white wire. So I tap that in with the ground wire, and I put my JST female connector on there. The connectors that are on the joystick already are the JST connectors. They're JST XH, and the one that I put on there so I didn't hook it up to the wrong terminals is a JST PH. It's just smaller. They won't fit into each other, so that's why I went that route. You can use any connector you want. You can use the connectors that they give you. They give you the female side. Just got to find the male spade connector to plug into that. Very small. They're not standard arcade size. They're micro. I didn't have any on hand. That's why I decided to go ahead and put another little JST connector in. The USB controller that comes with it has tons of inputs available. Add as many buttons as you need. This thing is great. Okay, got it all back together now. When you're putting this together, you want to make sure that the wires are clear or have clearance all the way through. You don't want to get them pinched between the sides, between the screws or anything like that. Just make sure that they run nice and freely through the housing. Then screw it back together and put it back in the panel, and you're ready to play. Okay, now that the joystick is back in the panel, our thumb button is installed, we'll go into the game we want, in this case Discs of Tron, and I'm going to go to input this machine and scroll down to P1. Button 1 is going to be my trigger, and player 1 button 2 will be my thumb button. Everything else I'll keep the same. I've already got my push-pull spinner for here it is, aim up and aim down. As aiming down is push, aim up is pull. So let's see. There's my deflect. Okay. Trigger. Nope, I already got him. But you see, there's my deflect. So that's how you wire up trigger button for the GRS Tron stick. And I gotta say, I really like this stick. They did a great job with it. If you don't have one yet, get one.